It's hard to say how old the village is. Might have been here at the edge of the woods for hundreds of years. The village looks pretty run down. Nothing but makeshift repairs everywhere, if any. The village looks pretty... Nothing but... Nothing... There hasn't been a fire, and considering how crooked it is, I should take care that it doesn't fall in on top of me. Fired bricks for building houses. Presumably there's a source of... The house of a craftsman. Wooden boards, bricks, and over there a bit of thatch and a few roof tiles. The craftsman. The village. Nothing. This is the only building. It seems to be some. Someone still seems to be living here, though. Some. Graveyards are pretty scary, even under normal. But this one... I wonder why people in the far-flung villages can never put the gravestones and crosses in straight. Can't they use a square, or a level, or, just their eyes? The church looks as if no one has been there in years. A ghost church. Not like a church for ghosts. A church for humans. Nothing to do with the spiritual world at all. Just like... Hello? Anyone home?
Go away! You're not having my head!
I don't want your head, I just want a bit of information.
Begone, headless horseman! You won't fool me!
Hey, there's a headless horseman out here!
Oh, yeah, as if you didn't know that. He's hunting me. He wants my head so he can put it on his own shoulders.
Are you sure he wants your head? Or just anyone's head? I mean, what do you think he'd do if he saw a gnome with a fine big head?
Just go away, you fiend!
Can we talk inside?
Oh, you're the devil. You can't enter my...
I'm not the devil.
Yeah, the devil's second best trick is...
That's I'm going... Hello?
Die, monster!
Hey, you could have hit me.
Don't move!
Aren't you supposed to say, don't move first and then shoot?
Oh. No psychokinetic energy.
Ah, thank you for reminding me.
Who are you? What do you want here?
Excuse me, your name is?
Whale. Tim Whale.
And you own the shop?
Oh, yes, sir, yes. And I'm the priest, the fireman, the landlord, the coachman and the smith. I also teach netball.
Ooh, sounds like...
Has its perks. We usually reach a swift consensus in Hey, maybe you'd like to move to Somberville. I can offer you the post of bailiff.
I'm not staying here for any longer than that.
It's the nameless terror lurking in the woods, right?
As I said, my name is Weathervane, Wilbur Weathervane. I'm searching for information about a certain Van Buren. He must have lived there.
Evil character. Oh, you shouldn't get involved with people like that.
He's not still alive, is he?
No, he's been dead for more than 30 years. I remember how the grown-ups marched up to the castle with pitchforks and torches. Really traditional, like. Well, in retrospect, if they hadn't killed him, we might not have been cursed.
Van Buren?
Everyone knew he was doing unholy experiments in his castle. But in principle, we got on all right with each... I mean, we'd never have stormed his castle if the paladins and the mages hadn't spurred... They said it was our duty to help them against...
They must have been the same as those who were fighting the cult of the Nameless One.
Whoever they were. They disappeared once the sorcerer was dead and left us to deal with the curse on our own.
The curse makes people disappear.
Not exactly. This has always been a special place, you know? I mean, for example, it's always night here and the moon is always full. The woods and the mountains confuse the senses, things like that. You could say the people in this region are used to quite a lot. But after the sorcerer was killed...
The Headless Horseman?
Oh, not just him. Others too. Repulsed. One after the other was snatched and dragged into the woods.
It's always night here in the village. That's just crazy.
And in other places, it's always summer. Summer up north, there's an island where it always rains. Here, it's always night. Oh, some people come to the region especially, just like how others move to warmer climes. I mean, for example, a gentleman moved into the castle some years ago. A count, in fact. He doesn't seem to have a problem with it always being night. And a full moon.
The castle up on the mountain over there. That's where the sorcerer lived.
Yeah, that's where he lived.
Then that's where I have to...
Good luck. You'll never find the way through the mountain.
Fancy showing me?
You mean leave my shop? Well, the Headless Horseman is... I'm the very last one who still lives in this village. Oh, some fled, but most... Oh, when I die, the village dies. Yeah, and what would my forefathers say about that?
As mayor, I'm sure you've a plan how to stop the Headless Horseman, right?
Oh, of course, yeah. I've sent a bounty hunter after him, yeah.
That could prove difficult to achieve, for several reasons.
Oh, maybe you want to try your luck.
No, I'm not a bounty hunter, and also I don't have the time. I've got to find a book so I can destroy a magic wand.
Oh, well, if that's more important than saving Somberville from extinction, then go ahead.
Thanks for your help. We'll be leaving for the castle early tomorrow.
there is, of course, a problem.
What? Knowing when tomorrow is?
No, I'm talking more about the hidden ravines, razor-sharp rocks, wobbly cliff ledges and secret paths. Easy. You can't reach the castle if you don't know the way.
Ah, I know how this works. I have to reach the castle on a matter of utmost urgency, and you're the only one that can help. And you just happen to... But you know what? Not this time. Because if I let myself be distracted from my actual task, I have a clear goal, and I grew up in the mountains. Good night. Now that I'm not a mage anymore, perhaps I should try to become a powerful... I think I'd look quite good in some art. That over there, that's a magic circle on the ground, isn't it?
Do you know anything?
A bit. Doesn't the ghost have to be in the magic circle, rather than the person?
If you can trap ghosts in a thing like this, then surely you can lock... The circle is my last line of defence in case the salt in front of the windows and doors doesn't stand firm. Yeah.
The beings from the woods, are they ghosts then?
Oh, well, there are all kinds of things living there. Why not ghosts too? Better safe than sorry.
I'm not sure this would really keep a ghost at bay.
Oh, so you're a ghost. Have you spent your entire life in a cursed village? The only one left after everyone, even old Reverend...
Sorry? I've never seen so many locks, chains and magic spells on a single door. And the crossbow bolts indicate that a very, very nervous person lives here. I'm sure that Mr. Mayor won't object to me borrowing one of these bolts. Hey, let's face it, he does seem to be firing them all over the place. I guess the barrel is full of some kind of acid or holy water, or something else that the mayor thinks will protect him from intruders. That must be from something like a wild boar sheep cow. Maybe Mr. Whale would be a bit less scared if he didn't surround himself with such creepy things. I don't think the shop is doing... Sure, a motley selection of armour, weaponry, food and magic posters always tends to work. But if the shop is stuck out in the middle of nowhere and no one is sending heroes to the area, then who is going to buy all this stuff? The shelves seem to be some kind of catch-all for things even the most optimistic shop owner couldn't hope to sell quickly. If I had more time, I'd love to rummage. I love this kind of stuff. I don't think the shop is doing... Sure, but if the... A crossbow is a devastating... At least it is, if you might...
Hey, I just sell the weapons. I don't know how to...
Statistically, if you have a crossbow in the house, you're more likely to shoot yourself.
Well, statistics are made by people who don't live...
A crossbow? What's this here? Metal underwear?
That's a heavy warrior set, level 90.
Hey, what?
It's the same as the one next to it, but this one's for female warriors.
This one here, and that... And you want to tell me that these suits of armour are on a par with each other?
Yep. Heavy plate armour offers ideal protection from all kinds of weapons.
But it's covered in holes, completely see-through. One sword thrust through the torso and...
I've been selling armour for 20 years, and my father before me, and my grandfather before him. Are you trying to tell me you know more about heavy plate armour than I do?
No, of course not. Impressive armour. Only the shoulders appear a little impractical.
The shoulders give you armour plus 22 and agility plus 9.
Why would ridiculous shoulder plates improve agility? Wouldn't they actually restrict movement?
Well, that would be unfair. Warriors already have very low agility to start with. Lower than rogues, for example.
Ah, but can't warriors also be rogues too? I mean, if a warrior, for instance, fights unfairly or cheats at dice.
A warrior who's also a rogue? Well, how's that supposed to work? How would I know if I'm allowed to sell him the plate armour or not? Rogues are only allowed to wear leather armour. And perhaps a coat of mail. just like hunters.
Ah, right, I get it. To prevent the armour from squeaking and frightening away animals. I'm sure it's just sales nonsense when they say this armour will make you into a more skillful or better fighter. What matters is who is in the armour. The fire gives out warmth and light. The people here in the dark woods must pay a fortune for wood. That is really the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. The armour covers so little, let's be honest, just the bare necessities. Doesn't look comfortable, and a warrioress would freeze if she ever wore it to the Northlands. You can see that he's been living in fear for a long time. Poor guy. However, if he doesn't want to help me, I'm not going to try and convince him. I'm sure we'll find a way through the mountains, with or without him. was changed so...
The Headless Horseman!
That's what you thought when I stood outside the door.
Look here! Psychokinetic energy is almost off the scale!
I'm a qualified mage, but what exactly is that?
Skipped a few classes, did you? The PKE shows whether ghosts, demons, evil powers are nearby. It is the Headless Horseman, I guarantee it.
Then I must go to my friends immediately. Statistically, if you have a crossbow in the house, you're more likely to... I mean... Whoa! That's what you thought when I stood out.
Look here! Psycho...
I'm a qualified mage, but what exactly is that?
Skipped a few classes, did you? The PK...
Then I must go to my friends immediately.
Stop! Did you hear what I said? There's a headless horseman out there!
And my friends.
Stop! Stop! Don't move, or I'll shoot!
How? There's no... Hello?
It's him.
Who's there? Nate! Put that thing away! What happened? Where are the others? Right. A skeleton! There was a... Okay, there was a knight and... There was a... A dog! A knight who was taking... A monster? A dragon? Or a lion?
A werewolf?
A knight and a werewolf? What do they do? What happened to the other? Timmy? Esther? Oh. Phew.
One of your friends was beheaded.
Well, better Gulliver than one of the others, don't you? What's up with Timmy? A rampaging yak? What's that got to do? There were dwarves in barrels swirling around on the river. Sounds like nonsense. Esther, your mother, she panicked and ran away? Where to? Did she have Timmy with her? Towards the woods? Esther ran into the woods.
What? Then she's lost?
No, she's not. Come on, Nate, we're going to go see Gulliver. Then we'll find Timmy and your mother.
You can't go out there!
We'll let you know if we meet her. Ah!
Don't move!
Did someone call for a bounty hunt?
And just as our little friend was about to go out there...
All right. I'll go into the woods and polish off any headless horsemen, robber knights, and werewolves that cross my path.
There's a little rat and a zombie too.
No problem. If we can agree on a price, I'll take care of them too.
No! They're our friends. Do not kill the zombie and the rat.
That's fine too. I'll just keep an eye out for them, free of charge.
How are you going to do that?
Seek and destroy.
I only see two problems there then. First, the seeking, and second...
He's right. The woods confuse the senses. The source of the evil is in the heart of the wood. There's a clearing there with an old tree in the middle. Under the tree is a cave. That's where they live. All of those who were brought...
Not for much.
Who are you? And, how exactly do you propose to stop the Headless Horseman, the Knight, and the Werewolf?
I am the solution. I have means and ways of breaking anyone.
Even if weapons prove useless?
As long as the payment's right, I'll get the job done.
The payment will be princely. I'm the richest man in the village.
I should come with you. Our chances of success are better.
The last time I worked in a team, I got a wooden plank to the head.
Then you had the wrong partners. I had great partners. Ivo, Captain...
I work alone. Have the gold ready. It won't take long.
Very self-confident. Like all the others.
The others?
Do you think he's the first one to try to solve the mystery of the evil in the woods? Oh, I've stopped counting. Some may have found it, but none of them returned.
Come on, Nate. We shouldn't rely on the bounty hunter to find our friends. Back to camp. Be careful.
Take it easy, Buddy. I'm here. Be good and sit down by the fire. By the fire, not in the fire.
What happened? Nate said something about a knight and a werewolf.
It was terrible. I'd nodded off and suddenly I heard my cream bun scream. I jumped up, ready to protect her. Then there was a flash of lightning which illuminated the gleaming figure of a knight, a paladin to be precise.
And then?
My honey blossom was out of her mind with fear. She ran into the woods, away from the paladin. I was going to run after her, but when the lightning struck again, there was a werewolf standing there. Nate screamed, Esther screamed. I tripped and lost my head. I called to Nate to run and get help from the village. The werewolf came towards me and I was certain I was done for. My body tried to defend me, but he had orientation problems. But then the lightning struck again, very close by. The wolf was startled and ran after the others into the woods.
I mean, nothing must be allowed to...
They went into the woods unhurt, but those creatures were hot on their heels.
I couldn't take it if Timmy... They're fine. We just need to get them back. The mayor talked about the heart of the wood. He's pretty...
But why do you think Esther and Timmy have ended up...
I don't know. Just a feeling. People have been disappearing here for centuries. I think they were lured into the woods or, like Esther, driven. If we want to get them both back, we'll have to uncover the secret of the wood. The Sorcerer Van Buren spent his... Pretty sure the book we're looking for will be some...
I'm not interested in the book. I want my sweetie pie back.
If we defeat the evil in the woods, we'll get Esther back, and the mayor will show us a safe way through the mountains.
Well then, let's go.
Right, I'm going to go and look for the two of them. You hold the fort here.
I'm not staying here. I'm going to help.
That's exactly what you are doing by letting Nate repair you and being my advisor. And maybe you two could make things to help me along the way. You're both much more skilled than I am.
But my wife is out there.
And your son is here. Do you want to leave him here alone? Or take him out into the evil woods?
But... All right. Bring back my cherry blossom and just say the word and I'll be at your side.
I know. I'd better start by searching for clues and information. I need to know what I'm dealing with. It's easy to see that Gulliver would like nothing better than to run into the woods after Esther. The only thing stopping him is that he can't leave Nate by himself. Thank goodness. Otherwise, I'd have another name on the rescue list. Every time I talk to him, I see that dreadful combination of hope and despair in his eyes. I won't do that. Every time I think Nate has been putting a few more logs on the fire since the attack, and it still doesn't radiate a real sense of security. I think Nate has been putting a few more logs on the fire since the attack, and it still does. I think Nate has been putting a few, and it still does. We found everything just the way it is. A few stones laid out in a circle on a sandy area, no trees close by. A perfectly built campfire pit. Then again, what does it say about a village when travellers would rather stay outside the village than rent a room there? that in his hand? Looks like a thick-walled stone. Those things would be too heavy for me to travel any long distances with. But the dwarves say that the stone goblets are... I'm afraid the dwarf who carried this goblet out here into the wilderness can't complain about my taking it anymore. This goblet was filled with sand,